Vita is a meditation nurse, the host of Rise with Anita show, and a registered nurse. Her willingness to give back, eagerness to do good, and ability to perseverance are just some of the many factors that make her the leader that she is today.
Hello and welcome to another episode of In Love with Me, where we feature inspiring individuals who share their amazing stories. I am your host, Mafae Velasco, and for this series, our topic is Leaders of Today. The world is filled with so many leaders and game changers of all ages and backgrounds. This season, we aim to highlight people who make a positive impact in the world around them through their actions and words. So for today's guest, this beautiful woman I've been admiring and with everything that she's doing, and she is such an inspiring individual who continuously changes the game in every way possible. I truly believe she is a mover and shaker who needs to be shared with the world. So, as you heard in the voiceover, Anita is a registered nurse, the host of Rise with Anita show, a coach and a meditation nurse. She helps guide and lead nurses through meditation, mindset, mastery, and manifestation. She also aims to lead others to become their best self by serving as an example in their respective fields. And that is what makes her the leader that she is today. So without further ado, let's welcome my beautiful friend, Anita Vita. Hi, Anita.
Hi. Hi.
Thank you for joining me. This is such a passion project of mine, a campaign, especially it's very timely this month. It is Mental Health Awareness Month. And, to have such a beautiful soul like you on the show, who will be sharing her journey and life story and what you're passionate about. I do want to start with, tell me about your, of course, nursing journey, because that is something that is very significant in your life.
My nursing journey, began maybe 16 years ago. And I was inspired by my mom. My mom is also a registered nurse. And she, what's grateful in our culture, right, in the Philippines, we take care of our loved ones. And so my Lolo, my dad's dad, was the one who we were taking care of. And I was probably, how old was I at the time? Maybe 12. Mm-hmm. And I would be the one help assist in, feeding and also just, helping my mom. And I remember even times when she worked in the ICU and she brought me to just hang out with her friends when they have the parties and the family gatherings there. It was it was just so beautiful to see how my mom took care of sick people. And so I decided this is what I would love to do. It was something, ignited in me to nurture. That was something I had this desire to nurture. And so then began my journey. So I started off in adult ICU. Oh, no, pardon me. That was later on. I started off in the telemetry unit, which is the cardiac unit, and then transitioned over to the ICU. And from there, as I was kind of moving around in what I wanted to do, and that's the beauty of nursing, where you can just go from one specialty to the next, I was able to see where I wanted to go. And so I ended up in I did so many. I did ICU, I did recovery room, I even did a little bit of plastics, which is out in the clinical area, GI, gastrointestinal, the whole gamut. And the last part of my part of that career was in employee health and wellness nursing, which I didn't even know existed. And that's in a corporate setting. So that has been my journey for as far as nursing goes. Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. I mean, I've never asked you. I mean, for probably months now that we've known each other, it's always truly inspiring to hear, especially in the medical field. I hear tidbits and something that I actually shared with my husband because it was in our circle of friends that having an athlete husband, after their sports career, the wife during the sports career will go through nursing. And I always tell my husband, I'm so sorry, but I'm not good with blood. So I will just do business, so that we can have a future. But hearing your passion, I mean, I can see you glow just talking about how you shared at such a young age, you wanted to nurture. You pretty much have that maternal instinct already and at a higher level. So now you talk about wellness, right? So
Yes.
I know you're meditation nursing. How did that come about? And is it different from, what have you experienced, or is it the same? Can you share with us about that?
Yeah. So in the very beginning, as I was going through my own soul searching and I quit my hospital position, I wanted a desire, I knew that there was something inside of me that I wanted to cultivate, something greater than the work that I was doing. Because what ended up happening was I was losing the purpose and the passion. I didn't stick to my why. Through that personal development, I was reading books, led me to exploring other careers, like even real estate and multi-level marketing companies. And, it was just so busy. And until I discovered meditation, I didn't find the clarity. I wasn't sure about the clarity. And oftentimes through meditation, and why most practice it, is to connect back to self, come home to yourself, which is what I like to say, and connect to spirit or the divine goddess within you, or God. And it was something that I didn't have. So during my career, you're moving, and it's a very masculine place, the hospitals and healthcare in general. You just move from one place to the next. There's no nurturing, there's no pause. Yes, there's the mandatory breaks if you choose to even take them, because it's nonstop. And then there's this part of you that feels shameful, a little bit of guilt to not complete your work at the level that you would like to complete it. And I believe everybody in healthcare has this part of them to be such high performers, because it's ingrained with us, within us rather. And through that, I just found, I didn't even know I was connecting to other spiritual teachers, or they didn't even call themselves that. A friend of mine, and also a former coach, she brought me into a non-denominational church called Agape. And while I don't always go and I don't always practice, if you're familiar with the movie or even the book called The Secret, Michael Bernard Beckwith was on there. And I just learned a whole new wisdom around not just religion, but spirituality. And that was one thing that I was seeking. And so through their beginning practices, I learned a bit of the modality, and now has transitioned to be my own as a teacher. So I just took from pieces and techniques and modalities that I liked and just created my own. And so when you see my title as a meditation nurse, it's a spin-off of a medication nurse, because that's what we also do. There's actually a position when you're labeled as a medication nurse and you just pass out medication. And so I was like, well, I'm going to be the meditation nurse, because the goal is to tap into yourself as your own source, rather than reaching out for anything else outside of yourself. And in particular, say in this example, there's a time and place for medicine. I believe that that's needed. And I also know that there's times where you can cultivate that within you and really self-heal, which is through my journey and my level of training, I was able to accomplish. Yeah.
Amazing. And I feel it. I mean, your aura alone just gives me peace. It gives me that calm aura that, yes, I'm going to talk to Anita today, sir. I'm going to have a good day. But, having said that, it's not always a good day, right? In the medical field, especially right now, during this time, what were the challenges perhaps maybe your clients or yourself have faced during this time, and how would you guide them, or even yourself, how would you guide yourself to just keep going?
Oh man, how do I guide myself? Number one, I reach out to others. I have teachers and coaches myself, and there's even times where I feel like I can do this. I'm a teacher. Why would I reach out for help? And that's the point, like I'm always going to have a teacher. I'm always going to come from a beginner's mindset because I don't know what I don't know. And it's so important to align yourself with people like that, and mentors and teachers who really uplift you, who is able to give you wisdom, and beyond that, unlock it within yourself. And I've been really fortunate to have guidance through that. And the second one is community. There's a saying where there's immunity in community. It is so true. And with the pandemic happening, and I thrive in, through in person, and I receive energy through being around a lot of people. Man, when that happened, it tested me big time because I couldn't host my events or my retreats. I couldn't attend in person and live. Yet also the opposite side of that was also understanding stillness. There's so much beauty in it. And the third thing I would say is, being in nature helps me, because if you forget like who you really are and you want to fill up, walk outside, look at the stars, look at connect to nature, walk through trees. For me, it is the beach. That is my happy place. I love the ocean. I love just sitting there, and that's how I connect mostly with Mother Nature. And it's been a crazy ride. I am being fully transparent. I don't have it all together.
Yeah.
I don't. I'm always learning. I'm always evolving. And that's the same for like my students and my clients and even my own classmates. I have Tai Chi brothers and sisters, and we're all going through all phases of our life, some way, shape, or form, a transition. There's always transitions, and it comes in cycles too. So I understand that that's needed to always get you to your next level. Because if the tension is not there, you're not going to be motivated to do anything. You're not going to take action on anything. And so what happens is you just stay complacent and the same. And nobody wants that. At least I don't. Or rather, I know I don't. Yeah.
And that's great advice. People need to understand that just because, of course, here in the Philippines, we're still work from home, doesn't mean that every second of the day you need to work. You need to have some stillness to have that refresh button. And just like what Anita shared, just be in touch with nature. I know it's hard in the city, but you can close your eyes, have meditation music, right, Anita?
Yeah. Girl, YouTube.
You're in the ocean. Yeah. So you think like with all your experiences in nursing, it has contributed to transitioning into a coach on how you are today?
Yes, absolutely. My favorite part and aspect of nursing is teaching. I can teach all day, every day, to my patients, to my colleagues, to mentees. That has always been ingrained with me, and I always love to make sure that you understand all the teachings and you understand, your care when you go back home, because, we don't want to see you back in here, like follow the instructions. And so, so there's that part of me also with the tenacity to make sure that there's follow through. Because the hospital isn't usually a happy place to be, except unless you're in the labor and delivery unit where, babies are born. And, you have to understand when people come in, they're sick, and you have to really learn not to take it personally. That's a big one, to not take it personal and have that balance and harmony between, well, I also want to show my human side too. Mm-hmm. Is it okay to cry? And actually, it took me a while to be empathetic, because you're really taught to turn off your switches, not be emotional, because you want to hold that strength and that strong demeanor in front of family members who are crying, and because their loved ones is about to die, And at the same time, it's like, well, can I just be present with them? Acknowledge that death is a part of life, and still connect and stay connected, rather than, okay, let's move on to the next thing. We have a time that, a timeline to follow to get this completed, and turn over, meaning when that patient passes, to bring in the next patient, and just be kind of like this business that they run. I didn't have that. And I'm sure a lot of nurses still feel that way. And I'm getting a bit emotional, if you notice, because the tools that I know now, I wish if I had, I definitely would be a more compassionate, empathetic, loving, kind, strong nurse, yet still put herself first to make sure she can continuously give from a place of overflow and a place of strength at any given moment, which also then translates to how I give to my family, how I give to my friends. It's that ripple effect. And so I'm grateful for following in my mom's footsteps as a nurse. It's opened up so many more doors in how I take care of my clients and my students, how I take care of my brothers and sisters, how I take care of my teachers. It's coming full circle in that it's not just because you have the title as a nurse that it stops there. It's integrated, it's intertwined in everything that I do. So to come back to meditation, this is meditation. How do you embody that practice so it is a part of your daily life? It's not just a moment or a practice, a technique or a tool where let me find my space that's really quiet, let me turn on my music, the most advanced practice through that is when there's chaos around you, how are you going to interact? Or react rather? Can you find the breathing? Can you find the pacing? Can you find that stillness? Can you remain centered? And if that vibration that you're in, if it's so low, can you hold yourself to your highest regard and raise it up with another person so they don't have to be there? And that has been my practice so far. Yeah.
It truly is amazing. That is the reason why the frontliners are, respected. I mean, I've witnessed family, close friends having to have that face, even just having my children, analyzing how the nurses are, the doctors. It's like they cannot share no emotion, right? And it is tough. And for you to sharing your experience, it inspires me, and that's the reason why I have you here, sharing you with the world. And of course, like you said, you keep adapting, reinventing yourself. You're still learning. And one thing that I truly honor you is now that you have your own platform where you share stories your own experiences and also fellow nurses and fellow medical frontliners. So can you share with us what was your biggest inspiration on creating your platform, Rise with Anita?
The show or just everything
The show.
connected to it?
Well, everything. Your platform,
The
your
show,
community,
Rise with Anita,
and
Vita.
then,
Okay.
and then the show.
Yeah. And then the show. Okay, so RISE stands for Reclaim Intuitive Strength and Empowerment. And a bit 3 years ago when it came to light, it was originally my coaching package, you know, when I was doing I still do life coaching, and this is how it evolved. And so when I was getting ready to offer my first packages, my husband surprised me with a beautiful logo. You know, he's a graphic designer and creative too. And so I was just blown away, and I was like, this is a beautiful logo. What else? You know, what else can I create? And after that, I started to do TRs and Ts, which is a women's networking event and platform for women to empower each other in their creative processes as well as business. You didn't have to be in business. It was really coming together to see how we could support one another. And from that point, I created Nurses Rise. And Nurses Rise I'm so passionate about it because it's my community for nurses to come together, to uplift one another, to connect on a deeper level. And, you know, that shines through in the retreats that I create, the workshops I have, and the programs and such. And I was feeling this call to be more visible. Because yes, I was doing Facebook Lives and Instagram Lives. And however, when I saw how beautifully produced your show was, as well as, you know, all your amazing clients, I was like, ooh, I think it's time. I think it's time to have a show. And it has been my dream to have a platform where I'm interviewing. I didn't know if it's going to be a talk show. I didn't know if I just wanted to be on stage. I didn't know. This is what Inspired Action feels like, because when I launched the show, my vision was just to bring women on to share their stories, because I know how hard it is to get in front of a camera. Nobody wants to do it. It's really difficult. All the things in your head, all the stories and such come about. And so my intention in bringing on and inspiring other women on my show was to, like, I'm going to create this beautiful, safe space for you to share your story, share your mission and your vision, and be visible to the world. I think I think that there's no such time as now for women to raise their voices and own their stories. Imagine the ripple effect of that healing. And healing comes in so many ways. And again, so this year, like, my theme was to be more visible. And it's no wonder and so divine timing that I launched a show that keeps me accountable every Thursday at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and really allow my calling and my gift to be that ripple effect for others. And you know what? It has been a wild, awesome ride. I just shared this on my Instagram stories, how the women that I'm reaching out, they felt so honored. They felt such gratitude. They were inspired by me, and they were like, oh my gosh, I can see and I hear them. And they even tell me, like, oh, it's even possible for me to be a guest. Is it possible for me to now host my own show? And I'm like, yes, it is. And the thing was, it's like I can feel them hold back because, or not everybody, but they're, you know, usually when you're a guest or when you are hosting, people think like you have to be a celebrity, you have to be a star. And I'm like, no, I think each and every one of you is a star, and it's a privilege for me to ignite that fire within you, to find that shining star within you, and starburst into the world just the way that Mafae is doing for me. And can you imagine how much that impact is, how much goodness that is into the world, that your story is going to be heard, and that somebody can find you and see what is possible and be inspired by you. And it's online, so it will always be there, you know, all the resources. And it's just been so amazing. I'm really grateful to have that courage to do it, even when I don't know what I'm doing most of the time. You will talk to, I'm telling you, it has evolved. When I do my, when I do I forgot what we call it, but when we do a review of the postmortem part, and I'm like, I like this, I don't like that, I like this. I was like, man, because let me tell you, when I was like, let me launch my show later, I should have had a full schedule. And that's not how it works. Like, you connect the dots afterwards, right? Looking backwards. So without me having taken action, I would have known what I really want. And I just get better and better at it, and, even more clarity. So I'm so happy to now have this platform for women to like, hey, I'm ready to share my story. Hey, I want to, I'd love to be a guest. And and in fact, in me reaching out, a few of them have actually lit a fire underneath them, because now they have to provide all the information and have it ready. And all the magic happens once you book the date and you say yes. So it starts to just roll, and it's so beautiful to see that I get to be a part of that and be in parallel journeys with them. And when I interview them and I talk with them, I learn so much myself too. I'll have good and close friends, and there's stories that come out that I don't even know about until we're actually, talking and live. And it's beautiful to see what unfolds and what unravels for them, for both of us rather. Yeah. So
I love the glow in you and the happiness that you're sharing with the world. Because to be honest, we need to bring it back. I mean, I'm not afraid to share my age, but I know we grew up at a time that communicating, connecting to nature, not having a gadget in front of us to, I guess, ignore what's the blessings in front of us. And of course, we're intentionally reaching out to people or the generation of today through these platforms. So I know we're grateful for technology, but at the end of the day, we are here to remind everyone, don't forget about yourself. Don't forget about the people that love and care about you, because their stories matter. And that's why my favorite subject actually is history. So I actually talk to my Lolas and Lolos and aunts and ask them about their life story. And you just having this glow has even inspired me more to get back on interviewing more people. And I'm so glad that your community is feeling the joy and feeling the happiness. Because at the end of the day, we're not alone. I mean, isn't it a simple question on asking someone, how are you? And really meaning it, it goes a long way,
I agree, yeah.
We do light that fire. Like, it's a simple question, but then you just never know what that other person's actually feeling. And for you just to ask that simple question, hi, how are you? Is them letting everything out, them cleansing or venting. And you're doing that with your community. And I know you have had a few episodes already, but for the ones who are tuned in, the ones who are hearing your story for the first time, what would be your advice to fellow women who are also aspire to be a nurse, but also want to share their story at the same time and don't know how to start?
I would say to start to write. I had a former writing coach, her name is Steph Ritz, who said that she believed that everybody has 3 books inside of themselves. And as I started to write and journal, just free flow, you start to see where you are in your mindset, in your emotions as you look back. So the beauty of writing is you get it, you're getting it all out, and you're able to process. And then in the review, you get to see where you were, and you get to see how far you've come. And you just start to notice, like, what happened with me is that somebody will come to you, they'll share a story, and inside of yourself, you can feel that there's this pull inside your heart. You're like, ooh, I went through that. I think I should say something. The moment you get that feeling to say something, you share it. You share it, you set up the environment so that it feels safe. It feels, or you just, as how I did it was like, hey, I feel I have this message dropped on my heart, and I just want to share it with you. You don't even say anything like, God told me to tell you this. It doesn't work that way. Or actually it does. It's just, whoever God is to you, spirit, source, Tao, whatever, that there's that feeling, that pull in your heart. And then you share it and you say something. And it could be as simple as texting that person first if you weren't ready to talk. And what motivated me was knowing that if I stay quiet, no one's going to be helped. And that does a disservice to me and everybody else. So you have to find within yourself how to serve. Like, how can I serve? And constantly be in that place of service to ask. And it doesn't have to be just sharing your story. You could start with, how to give. How do you practice giving? Because in your giving is going to be the reflection of your receiving. So just start. And even start recording yourself. You could do a video journal, or a vlogging now, right? You don't have to go live with it. You don't have to post and just shock everybody. You know what I mean? Like, if it's just something like then you get to watch and you can hear yourself. Because then there'll be a place where you can share your story from a healing place, and you'll know that you've already been moving through it and you're ready to be that beacon of light for somebody else. So that's the best place to start. Also, another tip is to follow the men and women who inspire you, how they share their story, watch them. What do they do? And if they have anything to offer in terms of, what their programs are and things like that, invest in yourself. That's where it really is super powerful. When you start investing in you, the gifts are exponential. They're just layer upon layer upon layer, and you just continue to refine your skill. Yeah.
I agree with that. When you have a commitment with yourself, it is very powerful, just like what Anita shared. And see, this is the reason why she is a leader of today. So Anita, my final question for you is,
yes,
what is leadership to you?
Ooh. What is leadership to me? Leadership is courage. When you're in the front, there's nobody with you. Right? So you go first in everything that you're doing. And from that space, you trust yourself, knowing that you're guided. You're guided at all times.
Yes.
And that whatever you do is always going to be the right path. It will always be. There is no right or wrong. And that's what leadership is to me.
I agree. Oh my gosh, giving me chills. Guys, there's so many gems that Anita shared today. So I hope for the ones who just tuned in, hello Kumu Nation, hello Facebook, YouTube, Spotify. If I were you, I would share this. I would put it on repeat because it's already like, for me, it was like meditating with you because of your calm voice. I love it. And if you want more of Anita Vita, guys, please do check out her amazing platform, her community, her show where she has inspiring women that she interviews. And before I ask you to give shout outs, because I see that you have so many supporters on the comment box, I want to do a quick activity just to lighten things up and have everyone also excited to get to know you more on a more fun level. So if you're game, it is just sharing your strengths.
Girl, let's do this.
In like a fast talk type of thing. All right. So I'm just going to ask you questions just like earlier. And so whatever, the first thing that you think of, just blurt it out. All right. So
Okay. Go.
What's your hidden talent?
I can do short flags and twirl flags from when I was doing it in high school. I remember all the routines and I can do it on the fly. So look out for it on a new reel or a TikTok. We don't know yet, but yeah, I can twirl my flags.
All right. So what's your favorite joke?
What's that?
Your favorite joke? Do you have a favorite
gosh.
joke?
This is going to be the cheesiest joke. Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
Super cheesy.
Okay.
When I was dating my husband, when we were dating, my last name used to be Nacion. Okay, so it's Vita now. And then I would ask him this joke and I would say, "What is your favorite cheese?" He's like, "I don't know." And I'm like, what's your not so favorite cheese? And then I was like, I don't get the joke. So this is the point. It's so dumb. And then I was like, well, your least favorite cheese is nacho cheese, but your favorite cheese is Nacion cheese. So silly and like, it's just so silly and goofy, guys. That is my favorite joke because it makes like.
He's probably looking at you like, I mean, you shared that.
He does this all. Yeah, he brings it up once in a while. I'm like, remember?
Yeah,
Nacho cheese. You know,
I've had nacho cheese quite a few times, but yeah, that's a new one. That's a new version.
That was my version. Can you tell? That's why it's my favorite. It makes zero sense.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so if you would be, what's your favorite color and why?
My favorite color is absolutely blue. Blue is my favorite color. Blue is calming. It's serene. It's just that represents the throat chakra. My will through my voice, and it's like the hardest thing that I've been practicing. And it's just calming. It's just it's flowy. It reminds me of Mother Nature, from the sky to the ocean, and just the layers that come with it. Yeah, and the depth.
Yeah. Blue is also, it also means courage.
Ooh.
So maybe that's the reason why you have
Fun fact.
courageous. Yeah. Well, that's it. Or maybe one more. What's your favorite book?
Do I have a favorite? I don't have a favorite book. However, I will share that one of the most transforming books that I read that got me on this path is called The Monk Who Had No Title by Robin Sharma. That saved me time and time again and really opened me up to the personal development world. So while I was waiting for my OR cases to come out, I was reading books. And that was the one that just kept me on the straight and narrow and kept me focused on evolving. And so I wanted to share that with you all. Yeah.
Amazing. And Anita, thank you. You are truly a beautiful woman inside and out. And I want to, share with everyone, guys, do follow Anita. She has so much exciting announcements, guests upcoming. So go ahead, Anita. I'll let you invite everyone to what's coming up with you.
Gosh, there's so much happening. So just make sure you continue to stay engaged with me. I love to always, return your comments and messages personally. I have, my beautiful show that comes on, Rise with Anita Vita, every Thursday Pacific Standard Time. It's at 6 p.m. Eastern Times, 9 p.m. And I'm just so grateful and thankful to be having this platform. So please reach out to me for topics you have that you would want me to share, as well as guests that you would like to have on and have me interview. I have my bread and butter coaching program that I love. I do certifications for Qigong. I also do like private coaching one-on-one, which is what I have right now. And I also have introductory sessions and healing, which you will find in all of my platforms when you reach out to me.
Yes, please do go visit Rise with Anita on Facebook and Instagram, Twitter. As you can see on the ticker, it is flashing there for you, at Nurses Rise. And also visit her website, www.nashonvita.com. And don't worry, I'll have this all on the caption on this live, and so that it is easy for you to click and just see all the beautiful things that Anita has in store for you. And just like that, guys, my gosh, it doesn't even feel like it's close to an hour that we've been chatting, because for me, I'm just energized even more. So guys, don't forget, as Anita shared today, have time to be still, connect with nature, and be surrounded by like-minded people. So all you have to do, I share with you every episode, it is actions speak louder than words. And thank you for tuning in this episode of In Love With Me. Thank you, Anita.
Thank you, Mafae.
Thank you for watching In Love With Me series.